Hello ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you set 4 of MBCGame Hero versus WeMadeFox. MBC currently is down 2 games to 1, and MBC is sending out Bridge, also known as Tyson, also known as Han. So, yeah, he keeps changing his name. I guess he can't find something that he likes. And then Lucifer as just Lucifer. I don't know if he's ever been anything else, but he is just plain Lucifer. So, he's going to be in yellow down here. That's going to be Han for MBCGame Hero, yeah. MBCGame Hero Han in the bottom left in yellow, and Lucifer in the top left in red. So Han in yellow, Lucifer in red, MBCGame in the bottom left, WeMadeFox in the top left. This is Central Plains. Very, very PvP heavy. So many PvPs that we've seen on this map. Out of curiosity, I just want to know how many PvPs have been played on this map. And the number is 24 PvPs. Outside of PvPs, we've seen 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 other games. 8. 24 PvPs, 8 other games, period. There's been a total of 2 games that did not have a Protoss in it. One was a TVZ won by the Terran, and one was a ZVZ. And that's it. There hasn't even been a single TVT mirror on here. This is just Protoss heaven completely and utterly, and these two guys are gonna go at it. We've seen some crazy PvPs on this because you have those back expansions, one that you can take very easily, and then one that you have to blow up eggs for, and you get another expansion, and then that ramp is defended by eggs as well. So it's really hard to kill a Protoss opponent, and as most people know about PvP, unless if you sit in there on bases and you can charge out of 2 different areas, it's hard to be contained as effectively as maybe you'd want to. A bunch of storms or reavers with all of that mass damage, and suddenly a battle, even if you lose a battle or a forced retreat, you could win another battle very easily. It's PvP. That sort of thing happens all the time. And yeah, so should be pretty entertaining here. There's a very high likelihood that this will go into go for a while. It's just so hard to kill people on this map. Really hard to kill people on this map. They don't die. I was watching a game between Shuttle and I think Sunny, where Shuttle got Shuttle walled in Sunny basically with cannons at both of his both his main ramp and his back ramp, and just walled him in with cannons, and Sunny was forced to had a really difficult time getting out of it. But it was really entertaining, and yeah, you get to see some fun games. I mean, if people don't scout, that's the sort of thing that can happen. I'm not going to tell you who won that game. You can go check it out. It's definitely a worthwhile game. Shuttle versus Sunny. Go check it out. Shuttle does get a cannon defense attack thing going, and that pylon by bottom left. Who's in the bottom left again? That's right. That's gonna be Han, in the bottom left by Han. It's kind of an interesting spot. I would actually think I hope that thing's in line. It's probably gonna be a forge and try, or maybe a gateway, try and sneak in some DTs, something like that. Could be a DT, could be a cannon rush or something. Probably not a cannon rush, because if it's a cannon rush, it would be more to the left, because at its position more to the left, the pylon would be able to support cannons closer to the mineral line. So yeah, this is gonna be a DT rush with those gateways. Could also be one of those weird little gateway 3-gate dragoon, hidden 3-gate dragoon things. And this gateway does get scouted out by Lucifer, and Han's just like, whatever, you can scout it out. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to blow up the eggs before you can get there, and I'm blowing up the eggs on the other side, so I'm probably gonna get there faster than you, and I'm gonna have 2 gates worth of dragoons going for an attack-based build, and you are not. So since you've gone for the expansion, you are going to be behind in terms of military. We do have a forge coming up for Lucifer, so if he can get a couple cannons, that could end up helping him out. He will be attacking up a hill though with those cannons. Luckily, we'll have to see if he's able to see if he can get those up in time and ahead of these eggs going down, as well as get enough of them to defend against the dragoons. And this dragoon looks like it's being an idiot, because there is a probe on his ramp that is blocking his dragoon. That was cute. That was really funny. I like that. I actually really like that. Only 1 cannon right now, so he's got to be thinking that's probably DTs, but it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing DTs. It looks like it's going to be just straight up pumping a bunch of goons in there and try and force his way through. That's what it looks like right now, and 1 cannon's not going to be enough, buddy. Lucifer, you're gonna need a couple more. There's a second cannon, I think. Yep. Gonna need to produce some units as well to maybe get a couple dragoons down here to defend. Maybe a third cannon would do you well, actually, since you know your opponent doesn't have that back base. You can actually afford to put down, say, a third cannon. He is producing a Citadel of a dude. He does have one Zealot out right now, but he needs more. He needs a third cannon, and he needs a dragoon or two. He probably might even need 4 cannons. This is pretty bad, actually, if he waits too long. Where he's running out of time. There's 1 dragoon and 2 cannons, assuming that second cannon does get up. So there's 1 dragoon and 2 cannons to counter one Zealot and like 4 dragoons, I think 5 dragoons, which are going to be easily reinforced. And Han's not breaking that last egg and not charging down for some reason. Got some sight vision on that egg. Now he's going to blow it up, and then he's going to charge down. And here comes the charge. Here comes the charge. We'll see if he's able to defend. Here come probes off the line trying to force the dragoons back, and that's going to be pretty effective. But the cannons, are they enough? There's a couple dragoons there as well. It's going to be so hard for the dragoons to get down the ramp, but he has taken out 1 of the cannons and a couple more coming up as well. A couple dragoons there to defend. Is this going to be enough with the probes there as well to try and defend the cannons? That it will help him out a lot. That will help Lucifer a lot. Really, it's tough for him to come down the ramp, but he is starting to lose a few of these probes. We see more of them coming from the main to help defend against this, but he can't afford too much mining time lost because he still wants to be able to, doesn't want to fall behind too much in the economy, because then he obviously won't be able to produce the military, because 2 gates producing dragoons obviously can produce a good number. And I don't know if range for Han is finished quite yet, and now it looks like Han is going to force his way down. Looks like he's forced a few of his dragoons into position, 3 of them actually getting down the ramp. Only 1 cannon warped in currently doing damage, as well as a bunch of probes trying to corner these dragoons, but I think Han might actually be able to take this. He blows up another cannon, only 2 cannons left, but it looks like he's going to be able to take down this entire back expansion. There is a Templar Archives coming up for Lucifer, so if he can get that down, produce a couple of DTs, that could really change things as well. Get 1 into defend, and if he has a second gate, which I assume he does, send the second DT to maybe go on the attack. And if Han is not prepared for that, that would obviously be one way for a victory. He would win that, and this dragoon looks like he's going to get trapped by probes, so that one's going to go down as well. And yeah, it looks like Lucifer actually is going to be able to defend against this just barely for now. An observer for Han is coming into position to counter any sort of DT play, so the DTs alone are not going to be able to win a game here for Lucifer, which is very, very good for Han. Han is a pretty solid player. I do actually like Han a decent, pretty good. And Han sending a couple of dragoons down here, and is going to take down 1 of the dragoons. Looks like he's going to be able to win a second dragoon, and is going to take down the probe as well. So he's completely shut down mining here, and he's got more dragoons than does Lucifer. So he's in a pretty good spot in terms of that. There is a DT out, but there is an observer pretty darn close to position. So this DT is not going to do too much of anything with the observer around. He sees the DT there, the observer comes into position, and now the DTs are pretty much nullified already, and this Nexus is in huge danger. This Nexus is probably going to go down. It's going to need take a lot more units to save it, and these DTs look like they're just going to completely bypass the front and try and force the observer back. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, force the observer back and maybe bring in a second round of DTs. That could be pretty cool if Lucifer's got that kind of idea, but the Nexus does go down, and Han has taken his back expansion, and there is an observer back at home, so this so Lucifer's DT attack isn't going to do much of anything, and those DTs are, yeah, that DT is not going to do much of anything. So GG from Lucifer. Han evening this matchup up at 2-2 with his win over Lucifer. Very, very quick victory. I like that. That was actually a pretty cool victory with the Dragoon addition. I like that a lot from Han, actually. So we're going to go on to set 5 on Circuit Breaker. Get ready for a TVT. I will see you guys all there.